Know that you are the finest. The setting is the Lusail Sports Arena. The bright lights, the biggest occasion, the narrowest of margins. Who will capitalise? Who will win the championship of the world? Session number 2 on the penultimate day's play in Doha, and we begin with the first World Championship final. The mixed doubles competition is about to conclude. Who will be victorious? Will it be Maharu Yoshimura and Satsuki Odo of Japan, or will it be Wang Chuqin and Sun Yingsha of the People's Republic of China, making it 3 in a row? This is how we have arrived at the final. Tremendous performances from both of these partnerships in the semi-final stage, and indeed in the quarter-final stage before that, including a huge win for the Japanese over the world #1 ranked partnership. But it all means nothing because it starts again now.
Let's welcome the players. Representing Japan, Maharu Yoshimura and Satsuki Odo.
Here they are, the Japanese partnership, Maharu Yoshimura and Satsuki Odo. Huge congratulations to them on making it to the final.
Representing China, Wang Chuqin and Sun Yingsha.
And the number 2 seeds follow, Wang Chuqin and Sun Yingsha, with the number 1 seeds having been knocked out by the players that they are now facing. It's the mixed doubles final. Satsuki Odo and Maharu Yoshimura of Japan against Sun Yingsha and Wang Chuqin of the People's Republic of China. Best of 5 games, best of luck. An incredible accomplishment already. Just to make it here, to be the finalists, is sensational. Nonetheless, they've now got to really produce when the big opportunity is there in front of them. It can be the frustrating thing about a final. You work so hard to get there, and then the ball just isn't with you when the big match comes around. Let's see what happens today. Congratulations to that gentleman who has been entrusted with stewardship over a World Championship final. That's a high point in the career of any umpire, and we take a moment to recognise that accomplishment. And that is what is on offer. The Hejdušek Cup, donated in 1948 by the late Zdeněk Hejdušek, the secretary of the Czechoslovakia Table Tennis Association. He was a team bronze medalist at the 1930 World Championships.
We have red and black. Black for China. Red. Receive. Which side do you want?
The Japanese pair winning the toss of the coin, they'll receive.
Soon serve. Who receive?
The first World Championship title about to be decided. Right down there, hopefully not about to grab hold of the trophy, is Adam Bobrow. Adam, what a match this is going to be.
Not only is this going to be an incredible match, but the anticipation has got fans around the world nervous. Chinese fans I've been talking to for days who've been asking about the pair representing Japan. You can look here at these two defending, looking for a 3rd straight title. Only dropped that 1 game to Miwa Harimoto and Sora Matsushima. But on the other side, there's just so much passion. It's like a second chance at life for Maharu Yoshimura, one of the last players to beat Ma Long in singles, and Satsuki Odo. I mean, this is quite similar to the pairing that won the gold medal at the Olympic Games with Mima Ito and Junmi Zutani. Right-handed, left-handed, 2 different generations, and a lot of hunger for the gold.
It really is a fascinating story. When you look at the gentleman on the left, the resurgence in his career, somebody who's been at the top of the world in doubles, but somebody who thought that his chance would never come along again. He thought that he would never be a medalist. This is when they knocked out the number 1 seeds, Kwaiman and Lin Shidong, in the quarter-final stage. And if you ever needed proof of what it means, if you ever needed to understand what getting onto a World Championship podium entails emotionally. There is your proof. He didn't cry, he wept. He wept. Somebody who's been on a Commonwealth Games podium is alongside me, Maria Tsapsinos. Maria, there's no doubt about the favourites for this, but there's something special going on with Yoshimura and Odo.
100%. Yoshimura proving time and time again what a mixed doubles specialist he is. This is going to be an absolutely great match.
Let's crown a world champion, shall we? Fantastic to have your company. Welcome wherever in the world you are joining the action from. Whoever you're supporting, however much of these 2025 World Table Tennis Championships finals you've been able to enjoy.
What coverage there by Yoshimura, straight in at the table. Lovely flat flick. You see how he steps in, lunges in, gets over the top of the table there. What a lovely shot. And again from Yoshimura there, just holding the ball on the table with his backhand. Fast-paced rally, but that did not faze him.
There's going to be enormous noise every time the Chinese partnership wins a point. They are, after all, the reigning Olympic champions. They are the reigning two-time consecutive world champions. It's irrelevant that they are the second seeds. It's irrelevant that they have slipped down the world rankings. They haven't played together that much, but they always look fresh as a daisy when they do combine.
The Chinese pair there just levelling up the score. Feel like they're going to really push the Japanese pair to their limits in these fast-paced exchanges. It's going to be a lot of ground covered.
Yes, good work. Good control.
A little bit of fortune there on the net. But nonetheless, Wang Chuqin coming in with that open angled flick to close down that point.
Yes, that's a lovely point from the Japanese pair. Such momentum players, that was very clear on their run to this stage. It's also been clear in the incredible 2024 that Satsuki Odo had. She was tearful at the conclusion of the match in the interview stage when Maharu Yoshimura was so effusive in his praise for teaming with her and what it's meant to him, what he's learned. I mean, goodness, can you imagine a gentleman like Maharu Yoshimura saying he's learned something from you in doubles? What does he not know?
I think that is flattering. The highest of praise you can get there. And Odo will take that on. Lovely work there from the Chinese pair, just serving that ball longer, making Odo open up so Wang Chuqin could come in with his forehand. And I think we'll see a lot of forehand play by the Chinese pair, that lefty-righty combination. And Wang Chuqin feels really, really up for this. It's a fist pump to the crowd, and you can hear the crowd really getting behind them as well. That'll only spur them on more.
He wasn't exactly struggling at the start of the day, Wang Chuqin. Played fantastically against Truls Monnegaard. And as you say, Maria, he's looked like this throughout the day.
Wang Chuqin's form never falters there. Two great backhand flicks.
Real spell of control for the Chinese. 7 out of the last 8 points theirs. My, this is too dominant. What must they be feeling? Not that they wouldn't have expected it.
I think Wang Chuqin and Sun Ying-sha have come out very aggressive from the start of this game. They definitely know what a pairing Odo and Yoshimura are, and they will not be taking that lightly, and they'll be looking to close these games down very quickly.
6 game points.
5-10.
There's barely been anything for the Chinese pair to be remotely frustrated by in this opener. A luxury to have 5 more opportunities to get to the 1/3 mark to victory.
10-6.
And what a recovery off that net ball. Odo just spinning it up ever so slightly. Can really change the... Sorry, it was Yoshimura who spun it up there nicely. Change the momentum of the point when it does hit that net.
Ten-7.
Lovely backhand flick there. Odo really coming round that forehand side of the table. The curvature that she manages to get on that ball, putting Wang Chuqin under pressure.
It proved tricky, trickier than it might have otherwise been, thanks to the resurgence of Yoshimura and Odo, but the first game is taken by Wang Chuqin and Sun Ying-sha, and taken by a decent margin, as there is a tremendous atmosphere in the Lusail Sports Arena. 11-7 for Sun Ying-sha and Wang Chuqin. They're not unaccustomed to facing Japanese partnerships in a World Championship final. We go back to Durban in 2023 and look at the closing stages of their straight games win. Tomokazu Harimoto and Hina Hayata on that occasion found the Chinese partnership impossible to combat. That was their second consecutive one. It could be 3 in a row here. Wonderful to welcome all of the spectators, to welcome all of you to the World Championships. And we take a little moment to acknowledge people with a special place in history. Zoltan Mechlovitz and Maria Medniansky, who were the first ever champions of the world in this particular event in 1926 in London. Hungarians taking gold. They beat Roland Jacobi and Linda Gleeson of Hungary and England respectively. Bronze medals won by H.A. Bennett and Winifred Land of England, and by Edward Freudenheim and Gertrude Wildam of Austria. Just a reminder of the great legacy of this event. They are, all of these players, in quest for the Hedushek Cup. The presentation of the trophy will follow.
1-2.
Yoshimura just stepping in there, reading that serve very well. You can see how he comes in and it looks like he's going to touch it or dig it long, and he just then flips over his racket and plays that flat flick. And I thought he had it there, Yoshimura. I thought he'd reacted so well. Odo slightly out of position, and Sung Ying-sha with that powerful forehand from around the corner.
The idea behind that point construction was very sound.
Yeah, very clever indeed. You can see Odo there pushing out long to Sung Ying-sha's backhand, but she's just so agile to get around that corner. But Yoshimura knew exactly where she was going to play, and it looked like he was ready to counter-attack that ball.
That time, he makes sure of it.
Yeah, a little bit more of a strange shot from Odo there. The chop block came into fashion. Flipped a little bit of the net, but that didn't matter. Yoshimura was ready when it did come back to attack again.
What an accomplishment to be the 16th seeds in this competition and to make it to the World Championship final. Whatever happens for Satsuki Odo, it's new ground broken in her career. She's still only 21. And it would have been very understandable if Yoshimura and Odo had, after that brilliant win over Lin and Kwai in the quarterfinal stage, completely had nothing left to give for the semi-final. But they managed an 11-8, 11-1, 4-11, 11-2 win over Wang Shunting and Du Hoi Ken, the number 3 seeds.
Let 3-5.
And that is absolute perfection by Yoshimura there, doing what he does best, that backhand opener. The precision, the accuracy, and you can hear it when he strikes the ball.
Narrowly staying in front, bringing roars of joy from the crowd, keeping that scoreboard pressure on Yoshimura and Odo. Those two fabulous players from China, those two who are such a joy to watch. So extraordinary is their chemistry. They just seem to understand each other without any real need for communication.
And in doubles, that is definitely the key. You need that chemistry, you need that partnership. Sometimes you need a little bit of that friendship as well. Because when things aren't going the way that you expect them, that's when you bring each other up.
Presumably you need to be able to have frank conversations too.
That is definitely part and parcel of sport. It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. You definitely need to have those hard conversations, especially if you think your partner is not setting you up the way that you had envisioned, or they're doing something that you don't particularly like. Those conversations just make you stronger as a partnership.
What a good shot.
6-7.
And he knows it too. Getting himself fired up. How fabulous to see Maharu Yoshimura back in a World Championship final again. 4th time that he's been in a mixed doubles World Championship final.
That was a very interesting point there. A lot of spin on those sort of touches. You can see there a little bit more of a chop block I don't think Sun Ying-sha was ready for it, but Yoshimura definitely was. Getting around that corner perfectly.
Let 7 all.
Clever serving there by Wang Chuqin. Varying the length on that. You can see Odo had stepped around to play her backhand flick, similar to the point before that was a let. She'd stepped around to play it. But Wang Chuqin, clever as always.
Brilliant at the close of the game. A feature of the way they both play their table tennis. The big points tend to be their points.
You can see there Yoshimura came in with the flat flick, but what was so great about Wang Chuqin is he was off balance, but his block went right into the elbow of Odo.
They now have 3 game point opportunities.
And that is exactly how perfect doubles is meant to be played. You want your partner, well, you want your oppositions, the partnership, to bump into each other ultimately. And they made them do that.
Nicely played.
10-8.
Can they do it twice more? Can they make this complicated? Not for want of trying. It's a great effort from Yoshimura and Odo. Goodness me, fabulous. It is a privilege to witness this quality from Wang Chuqin and Sun Ying-sha. Another example of the two players from Japan giving everything they had, but it's 11-7, 11-8. They need just one more now to be the champions of the world for a 3rd consecutive time. Maybe just one more game to come in this match. Adam Bobrow is down there by the table. Adam, imagine now the confidence coming from the stands is palpable.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think the question is, what do you do to stop it? How do you find belief in this moment? If they can stay close to the table, if they can mix it up, change the pace, let's see if the Japanese pair has what it takes.
It's a fascinating thing to contemplate. How do you stop the unstoppable? Bottle that as a solution and you'll be the most successful coach in the world.
Let 1 love. One all.
Odo doing what she does best there, coming around that corner. We see it time and time again. That banana flick that she does, elbow in the air, gets so much bend and so much wrist into the shot.
2-1.
Lovely serving there by Odo, that chisel serve.
Whatever the outcome is in this match, the Japanese will be on the podium in this event for the 6th consecutive World Championships. That is a tremendous accolade. When Maharu Yoshimura won the title in 2017 with Kasumi Ishikawa, which was the last Japanese win, it was the first Japanese win since the golden age of 7 consecutive triumphs from 1957 through to 1969.
1-4.
Yoshimura there, what a flick. So patient with his timing. Mimi Ito just smiling on the screen there, supporting her fellow teammates. And he goes for it again, and why wouldn't you? It worked so well the point before last. Wang Chuqin just varying the spin on his serve, trying to eliminate that flick.
All of the delegations, the squads watching on, along with so many spectators worldwide. And we're grateful that you're part of it. Now,
5-2.
got a little advantage here, the Japanese pair, in game number 3.
Odo did so well to stay close to the table, get out of the way of Yoshimura, and she just plays that sort of half chop, half backspin shot, changing the rhythm of the point. And you've got to be joking me with that point. They all look completely out of position, yet they're playing such high quality. Look at Odo on the floor, getting out of the way of Yoshimura. I think I need a little bit of flexibility like that. How do they get back up?
Now, how do they hold on? That's the interesting question for Odo and Yoshimura. How do they keep a grip from 6-2? Because they can change entirely the texture of this contest, of this World Championship final, if they can find a way to get these next 5 points. Oh, just beautiful, the angle.
I was just watching there carefully on the field of play to see if they were going to take a timeout. Feels like the last 2 points have gone the way of the Chinese pair. I'll be conscious to see if that comes next.
Goodbye. Slammed it down the gap. Look at how the mood has changed.
Let 7-4.
The thing about the mixed doubles final is it is the first world title to be decided at the event. It is a tone-setting moment. It can be the one that gives belief to a national squad. It can be the one that plants the seeds of doubt. So where do we go from here? From 6-2, quite emphatic, to 7-5, less emphatic, but good enough. But hang on just a moment, won't you? They've got it to a 1-point gap.
Time out.
And surely, yes, there we go. The Japanese have called the timeout. The momentum may be shifting.
And that does not surprise me at all that they've called a timeout. If Wang Chuqin is playing full hands like that from 7-5 down.
Adam, you asked the question of what they could do to turn things around. To a degree, they have done, but this is a big moment.
Yeah, the lankiness of Maharu Yoshimura, his ability to add side spin and just put everything into a shot from behind the table. Satsuki Odo to stay near the table, redirect. We've seen her touch, adapting to the net. Yet still, it seems that the determination of Wang Chuqin and Sun Yingsha is like they just won't let anyone take this away from them.
That last point that Adam Bobrow made there is something that we've all been discussing throughout these championships, that ability that the very finest have to cling on to a game even when all indications are they should be losing it. They look like they're going to lose it, and yet they get over the line. It's one of the most useful skills to have as an elite athlete, and some are utter masters of it, especially Sun Yingsha and Wang Chuqin. Huge serve coming up now. A chance to make it 7 apiece. And can you imagine if they do it 3 times in a row?
Sun Yingsha's footwork in that point, coming from all the way round the backhand side to play that counter spin to the forehand. God, it feels like nothing is going to stop them. The idea was right there from Wang Chuqin. Felt like they set it up perfectly. Just hit the top of his back there. Another important serve by Yoshimura.
7-9.
Big chance. 2 points to extend this contest. Very unexpectedly. They've done superbly, the number 16 seeds. Well, how well placed that was.
No fear at all from Odo there. Steps round and plays that banana flick. So perfectly parallel.
Trepidation in the stands. On the board, the Japanese pair. They've got a game. We've got a match. Japan has hope. A fabulous resurgence from the number 16 seeds. A question, a big question, has been posed. A challenge thrown down to Sun Yingsha and Wang Chuqin. 11-7 in game number 3 to the Japanese pair. They look like they really wanted to get out there and get on with that. Maharu Yoshimura and Satsuki Odo. often the case, isn't it, that
Good serve.
players want to just get straight back out to the table after they've taken a game.
It felt like momentum is with them at the moment.
Fourth game.
Yoshimura
Good
playing
serve.
some really great
Love
stuff
on.
from behind the table. He'll be looking to keep his form.
What next? An extension to the match? Or is it merely a deviation from the expected conclusion? Well, he's not doing badly, is he, that chap?
That was absolute perfection. The angle that he manages to get, the power that he manages to get.
What a player. What a specialist in this particular sphere. Six of the last 8 now going the way of Odo and Yoshimura.
Although it feels like momentum has gone to the Japanese pair, Wang Chuqin and Sung Yisha, they won't let that get to their heads at all. They're going to keep consistently on the table and playing shots like that.
3-2.
Perfect length from that service, that half-long service, working so well.
Brilliant decision.
2-4.
Change of direction. That was fabulous judgment from Satsuki Odo.
A slight acknowledgement that it might have hit the top of her racket, but she was definitely aiming to go that way anyway.
No, that's an incredible save. Oh, he's put it away anyway!
2-5.
The Chinese pair did fantastically. But the point still won by the number 16 seeds.
I don't think Wang Chuqin could believe that Yoshimura got it back, let alone with that angle.
He's not the only one. This is what we said at the start of the contest, that these two players from Japan are clearly momentum players. Once the wind is in their sails, they are very hard to beat. And they're in something of a special spell at the moment.
5-4.
Nonetheless, that one does not find its target. Well, we've really got a contest brewing.
Yoshimura with that flat flick again. Ball just glides into the body of Wang Chuqin. So fast. And that positioning on the ball as well. I feel like the Japanese pair have come back to the table with a real change in tactic. You can see how much they're making Sung Ying-sha stretch. They're getting those wide angles consistently. And it leaves them 7-4 up.
It's a matter of whether they can hold on now. They managed it so impressively in the previous game, albeit with the assistance of the timeout. That luxury is no longer theirs. For now, the momentum still is. You just never quite know what's going to happen in this fascinating sport. It can seem over. It can seem so clear-cut.
And there's Sung Ying-sha just taking the pace a little bit out of the ball. You can see how Yoshimura lays a little bit further away from the table, leaving Odo that little bit closer, but when that ball comes a little bit shallower on the table, he's really got to step in to take that shot.
Just a 1-point gap now. Fighting with every fibre of their being to prevent this going to a decider. The reigning two-time champions of the world. Oh, my word, the movement.
I think the Japanese pairing thought that they'd hit the ball off the table. I think they thought that Sung Ying-sha's shot perhaps was going to miss. They didn't recover as well as they might usually have.
It was just a brief delay, wasn't there? A moment that was unusually static.
You can see it on Odo's face in that replay.
Eight all. They need now only 2 more points. Sun Ying-sha and Wang Chuqin.
And I'm loving the energy that Wang Chuqin is bringing to this match. This is top-class table tennis. Yoshimura playing those fast shots, and Wang Chuqin just holding it off. And not only holding it off and taking the pace out of the ball, he's putting it exactly where he wants it.
Championship points, and 2 of them.
And what a change in momentum, a change in tide we've seen through these last points. A lot of communication now between the Chinese pair.
Right.
The tears already starting to fall.
Let.
Not quite. Not quite yet. Calm down, everyone. The chuckle goes around the building. From superstars to megastars. 3 in a row. What can you do when you've already proven that you're the greatest in the world? Do it again, and do it again. And keep beating everyone until there's no one left except you. You are looking at Sun Ying-sha and Wang Chuqin. They are peerless. They are unbeatable. They are thrice champions of the world. The final results in the mixed doubles competition, and what a victory for the partnership from the People's Republic of China. But what an effort from number 16 seeds and world number 21 ranked players Satsuki Odo and Maharu Yoshimura.
I love here just seeing how much it means. They've won it twice before. That does not matter. This third time is exactly what they wanted. And they're celebrating with the fans who have been so loud for them, turning up in the thousands to see them.
Some people are hampered by expectation. Others thrive. They soar. We look back at the conquest of a third consecutive championship of the world. "39 minutes of play, an absolutely engrossing encounter. Sun Ying-sha and Wang Chuqin winning it 3 games to 1 and making it 3 World Championship titles in a row. They are talking now to Adam Bobrow.
Shato, congratulations. You're the only pair that could beat Odo and Yoshimura here in this event. Shasha, you guys were down 5-8 in the 4th, and you didn't drop a single point. How did you do it?
首先，恭喜沙头组合拿下本届世乒赛混双的冠军。那你们也是本届世乒赛唯一打败了吉村大藤这对组合的组合。那尤其在刚才第4局的时候，你们曾经一度5比8落后，但在那之后你们1分未失把比赛拿了下来。请问是怎样夺得胜利的呢？
我觉得首先，今天这场决赛，其实我觉得双方都发挥得非常好，不管是我们还是日本的这一队，而且其实他们两个虽然是右手，但是其实在技战术方面，包括他俩的配合方面，还是有很大的威胁。但当然，其实今天我觉得还是非常感谢到现场来为我们加油的。我觉得确实今天这场比赛，我觉得非常焦灼，而且其实我跟王楚钦我们两个人还是彼此的互相信任吧。然后其实我们的，包括其实我们俩在赛场上也一直互相鼓励，因为我觉得可能我们的目标，包括这种冲击3连冠的心愿，还是我觉得挺。
First of all, I think both pairs did a very great job today, and the Japanese pair executed technically very well, and they showed very good pairing today. I'm very thankful to all the table tennis fans here for supporting us. This has been a very close match, and I'm very happy that we showed great trust in each other, and we have been encouraging each other throughout the match. Also, I know we have a determined goal and a strong desire to win our 3rd World Championship mixed doubles champion.
Lionheart, Wang Chuqin, you've just become 3-time consecutive world champions. I know you both have some matches to focus on after this, but after the World Championships is over, how do you plan to celebrate?
恭喜楚钦，你们已经摘得了世乒赛混双项目的3连冠。那我们也知道2位接下来还有单打的项目需要去专注，但是在整个世乒赛结束之后，打算怎么样去庆祝呢？
首先我觉得非常开心，能 和莎莎取得这个3连冠的这个成绩吧。然后其次我觉得，先不去想怎么样去庆祝吧，还是我们2个都要去想好明天的比赛吧。我觉得这是目前最关键的事情。
Well, firstly, I'm very happy that I have clinched our 3rd consecutive World Championship champion together with Sasha. But I think before I could think about how to celebrate, I would like to stay focused to approach the match tomorrow because they're going to be really important.
Indeed. You've got hundreds of millions of fans watching around the world in live theaters and stadiums everywhere on the planet. What can you say to the fans right now, Sasha?
那我们知道有。 应该是上亿的球迷都在关注你们的比赛，无论是在现场还是在通过直播关注你们这场决赛。那么莎莎想要对这些球迷朋友们说些什么呢？
我觉得确实，首先非常感谢来到卡塔尔现场支持我们的球迷们，然后包括在电视机前为我们加油的中国球迷吧，可能确实也有很大的时差，包括今天这场比赛，相信我们的队友也会在电视机前为我们加油。所以说，我觉得。 确实，最后的胜利，我觉得还是来自于大家吧。然后，我觉得我们也做到。
I would like to thank all the fans who are here in this arena supporting us, and also I would like to thank the fans who are in China watching the television. I understand there's a great time difference between Qatar and China. Thank you all, and also my thanks go to my teammates who have been cheering us on. I do owe this champion to all of you, and we're so glad that we did it.
Congratulations on another amazing title here, and we look forward to having you back to fight in the singles events. Congratulations.
再次恭喜2位夺冠，期待你们在单打中的表现，谢谢。
And it is done. The mixed doubles competition is over, and that is how it ended, with a 3rd consecutive title won by Sun Ying-sha and Wang Juqin. They beat Satsuki Odo and Maharu Yoshimura, and the trophy is going to be theirs. There it is, the Heidushek Cup. Donated in 1948 by the late Zdenek Heidushek, himself a medalist at the 1930 World Championships. Now it will be presented after this break. Hello everyone and welcome to the ITTF World Table Tennis Championships Finals Doha 2025. Yes, it's as warm as it looks. It is a toasty old day in Qatar and the atmosphere is only intensifying in the Lusail Sports Arena. It's been a fascinating session too already, with the mixed doubles final having just taken place. And this is what's in store. Semi-finals all the way now to the end of our coverage. We'll start with the women's doubles. We'll then go to a couple of singles matches, men's followed by women's, and then we'll conclude with the men's doubles semi-final, the last of those encounters. And look at the matches coming up, and look at how the title was won in the mixed doubles competition by Sun Ying-sha and Wang Chuqin. The final moments, once again champions of the world. 3 in a row. So rare to see the likes of it. Such a combination, such a chemistry, an understanding. They support each other, and that is the reward. That is what's waiting for them. The Heidushek Cup, it's going to be theirs in a matter of moments. Wonderful scenes about to unfold. Every single one of the trophies at these World Table Tennis Championships is unique. They're all special, they all have a history, and it's lovely to have the opportunity to learn a little more about the prizes on offer.
For nearly a century, it's been more than silver and shine. A symbol of triumph, of talent refined. Born in a different era, yet still it stands tall. Witness to battles, to legends, to all. Hands that once held it, hearts racing with pride, carved their names in glory, side by side. Champions of nations, of moments so grand, each engraving a story, etched by hand. It's not just a trophy, it's time in a frame. A silent historian whispering each name. Generations have come, generations will go, but this monument lives on, ageless in its glow. A crown for the fearless, the gifted, the few, who rise above pressure and push their way through. The echoes of rallies, the rhythm, the pace, all lead to this trophy, this singular place. Now in Doha, beneath the desert light. Who will etch their legacy next?
The setting is the Lusail Arena. Earlier on in these championships, the Qatar University Sports Complex was also deployed, but we now only have one table left because everything is a showstopper. Everything is a chance to be part of history, and how wonderful to see history actually being made. The names etched, engraved on those trophies, written into immortality. Once a champion of the world, always a champion of the world. Ranking points will come and go. Wins and losses will happen. Good days, bad days. But the moment that you are a champion of the world, that's it. It's done. It's yours forever. A place in history awaits. Let us take a moment to just pause, reflect, to look back. Just as we've looked back at those names on the trophies, let's look back to earlier on in the day and the men's singles contest between Truls Modegaard and Wang Chuqin, and how it all concluded. Great start to the day for Wang Chuqin. Today's just got a little bit better. Going to get even better in a moment when a trophy is his. A player who can do nothing wrong at the moment. He is in incredible form. The men's singles draw is shaping up thus, but we have got a rather important match to come. Another semi-final. will be taking place, and that's going to come later on in our coverage. That will be the antepenultimate match of the day. And it is going to be fascinating to see whether Liang Jinkun can deal with Hugo Calderano, the brilliant Brazilian who has baffled the Chinese squad of late. Wang Chuqin naturally fancies a meeting with his teammate, Liang Jinkun. He mentioned it in his interview just moments ago after winning the mixed doubles competition. Hugo Calderano cares not a jot. He fancies a place in the final. He has said that he feels no fear today. He spent the last decade and a half getting ready for this opportunity. He backs himself. And why wouldn't you back yourself when you're the World Cup winner? Then we saw some action from the women's singles semi-final stage. This was Sun Yingsha taking on Mima Ito, and another fabulous performance from one half of the partnership who has just won the mixed doubles competition. And this is what the women's singles draw is looking like. It is going to be a Chinese champion, but who will join Sun Yingsha in the final? We'll discover that a little later in our coverage. The penultimate match of the day, Chen Xingtong against Wang Manyu. It's going to be very interesting to see how that one looks, because it cusps the ones who are ready to book their place in the final, or to sadly take their seat in the stands, to watch and think about what might have been, because sport is fun, but sport is cruel. So much still to enjoy, and it's wonderful having your company. And that is going to be in the company very soon of the mixed doubles champions. That's going to be in the company of Sun Yingsha and Wang Chuqin of the People's Republic of China. Not that they're unfamiliar with it, because it's going to be the third time in a row that they've got their hands on the Heidushek Cup. And we take a moment to acknowledge Zdenek Heidushek, 1930 bronze medalist at the World Championships in team competition. It's time for the first trophy presentation of the 2025 World Table Tennis Championships. It's time to see the Heidushek Cup lifted right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to the trophy presentation of the mixed doubles event. Please welcome the medalists. Bronze medalists from Hong Kong, China, Wang Chanting and Du Hoi Kim. And from Korea Republic, Lim Jong-gun and Shin Yu-bin. The medals, baskets and flowers will be presented by Mr. Wahid Oshori, ITTF Executive Vice President. medalists from Japan, Maharu Yoshimura and Satsuki Odo. The medals, baskets, and flowers will be presented by Mr. Steve Dainton, ITTF Group CEO. Ladies and gentlemen, the gold medalist and mixed doubles world champions 2025 from China, Wang Shuxin and Son Yicha. The medals, baskets and flowers will be presented by Mr. Khalil Al-Mhannidi, the ITTF Senior Executive Vice President. Ladies and gentlemen, the Heidusik Cup will be presented by Mr. Liu Guliang, the ITTF Deputy President. Ladies and gentlemen, please raise for the national anthem of China. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite our guests for a group photo together with our medalists.
Congratulations to all of them. There they are, the medalists in the mixed doubles competition at the ITTF World Table Tennis Championships Finals, Doha 2025. The bronze medals to Im Jong-hoon and Shin Yu-bin, along with Wong Chun-ting and Do Hoi-kem of the Republic of Korea and Hong Kong, China, respectively. Silver won by Maharu Yoshimura and Satsuki Odo, and the championship won by Wong Choo-chin and Sun Ying-sha for a third consecutive time. And with it, the opportunity to once again lift the Heidushek Cup. How many more? How many more? How to achieve further legendary status when you already are legends? If anyone can, they can. Opportunities for the photographs that will be such a prized possession for all of these competitors. They got their fair share of them, haven't they? Plenty of photographs on the podium, plenty of trophies. Yes, one day the trophy will fade, all trophies fade. One day the blooms will wither, the medals, they may discolour as time becomes time. And once what was new is no longer new, but something will stay forever. Their place in history, their place as the champions of the world. That is fixed, unalterable. Few ever achieve such permanence, such legendary status, and they've done it. Now we look forwards, we look on.